Hey, how are you? So today, I'm going to make some ping pong battle sounds. Because a couple of you guys have been asking for some more ping pong battle. And in my last ramble video, some of you asked for some rambles. So I'm going to put the two together, put them together, smack them together, and do a ramble on ping pong. So, I've got a ball here. I'm just going to kind of bounce it around. Just kind of hit it up and down. There it goes. Bounce. So, there's the ping pong ball. So, I first started playing ping pong. Back in, or table tennis. Depends who you talk to. Table tennis is usually the term used by the people who are like more into it, more intense, and ping pong more casual terms. So I'm just gonna call ping pong. I hope that's okay. So bounce. So I first started playing ping pong back in middle school, where one of my neighbors was gonna throw out their ping pong table, and my dad asked if we could have it, and we set it up in my basement, and we started playing. Me and my dad would start playing a lot of ping pong. We'd play almost every night, and then I started having friends come over, and we started playing ping pong a lot. Like during summers, they'd be coming over like every day, and we'd have like tournaments, and just going back and forth playing ping pong, chilling. So I have been playing tennis for a really long time, so it kind of came natural in me to play table tennis. At least I thought initially. So they're actually kind of different. They're pretty different. And so for regular tennis, when you're hitting the ball, you usually are trying to drive through the ball with an angled racket to get topspin. But in table tennis, what you're doing is to get topspin, you're usually brushing the ball. You will brush the ball so that it goes up, and then you get it going up, and then it dives. It dives on the other side for the opponent. So I was playing in like high school a lot, and I thought I was pretty good. And then I came to college and would play, a little bit in the rec areas or whatever, wherever they had a ping pong table. I didn't play too much until my senior year. My senior year of college, I started playing a lot because I had a roommate. We had a house that had this giant room, like a ton of area to do stuff. So we had one area be like the ping pong area where we put a ping pong table that my roommate had. And he was amazing. He's so good at ping pong. He's one of the best I've ever seen. Him and another one of my roommates, we started playing all the time. We started playing a ton of ping pong. And then the roommate who had the table, he used to be in the table tennis club at my college. And he was talking about when they were in the club at the college, they used to go to a rec center that had tables set up. So it was like in the basketball area, 2 nights a week. They would set up ping pong tables, like 10 ping pong tables in this like basketball court area. So you had a ton of room to play, and that's where I really learned how to play ping pong, because when I first got there, I was not very good. I didn't really know what I was doing. My strokes were very long, and I just wasn't as good as I thought. And so one thing about me is when I'm not good at something, I either completely avoid it or I get super into it. And so for ping pong, I got very into ping pong. We would go all the time to this rec center. We would play all the time, always trying to get better. And that's where I really learned how to play ping pong table tennis. So for table tennis, there's 3 different kind of strokes. So like I was showing you before, where you try to get over the ball, that's where you get topspin. Topspin is what brings the ball down, so it spins forward towards your opponent. And what it does is when it gets over the net, it brings the ball down, because the spin will make the ball shoot down. And so that's called the loop. Loop. And so to do almost down to your calf. Actually, down to your calf. And then when the ball's about waist height, that's when you go and you get your hips and you really torque your hips like you're playing golf almost. Not quite like that, but what you're doing a lot of hip action, so you rotate, bring the racket from your calf up on the ball, so it's like a like that. You end about right here, right next to the center line, so it's like, see if I can get back a little bit. Yeah, kind of like that. So that's looping, that's a hit topspin. And for the backhand, it's kind of similar, where you start probably about belly button height, you go in and you go like that. You really just flick up on the ball, like that, flick up on the ball, like that. Okay, so that's looping. Next is chopping, where you go down on the ball. You go like that. Chop on the ball. That puts backspin on it. So that's where, if it's coming at your opponent, it's rotating away from your opponent. So, see, right now it's coming into my racket. It's going backspin. So when it hits my racket, it's going to go down. Dives down, because when it hits the racket, rolls down the racket and goes down. So the way you put backspin on it is you start up here, get a loose wrist, and then you chop on the ball. You chop down on it. That's why it's called a chop. You try to hit it right at the front edge of the racket and bring it all the way down, like that. So that is called chopping. And the last stroke that you would really use is just called a block, where you're just, when your opponents get the offensive shot on you, when they got like some heat coming at you, where you just go back and just block it back. So it's usually probably start about like your hip height, and you just get the pedal on it, not too much, like a good amount of follow through, but not a ton of power, and that's just to get it back in play. It's more of a defensive shot, defensive shot. So that's table tennis. So I would play a bunch, and then the senior year of college, actually I took a fifth semester, or like a fifth year semester. I had one more semester after, so that year my college started our table tennis up again, or the table tennis club up again, and so I joined that with my roommate. My one roommate who was like really good. My roommate, he plays like a completely crazy style, where so the grip that you usually do is like the shake hand grip, where it looks like you're shaking hands with it, but he actually plays like this. He plays like this, and he's got like a block like this, and he has the most insane reaction speed that I've ever seen. He's like built different. He's actually built different with reaction speed, where he can be on top of the table, right up on the table, have someone hit their hardest shot at him, and he'll just block it back. He blocks it back, no problem, right on the table with his like crazy grip. He's somehow able to, he has such a knowledge of angles and reaction speed, where he can just take your hardest shot and block it back, no problem. He's played in he's now playing in tournaments. He's played in the US Open. If you ever play in the US Open, if you ever play some ping pong tournaments on the East Coast, his nickname's the Nightmare. So if you ever hear that guy, say hi. Say hi for me. Say Greg says hi. So yeah, this is the first paddle I've ever bought. It's called the Donic or Vetchkov Senso. Right there. This paddle was like $100, about $100. It's got like special wood. I think it was like maple right here. I can't remember what this was. It was either maple or like cherry or something like fancy. expensive racket. It's very heavy.